Man, oh man, here we go again, and we are back with some second channel action. And today we got to do a little tow pig maintenance. That's right, the white truck, guys. It's got a little bit of a kind of pushback in the pedal, and it's had that for a minute. You know, you say your rotors get a little warped, or a warder is what I just said, and that's a roped warder. I'm gonna shut up, okay? The brakes just in the pedal, and I think when I was towing this back, I got on the brakes kind of hard, and it wanted to give me like a little where it's kind of shaking the whole truck, try to put us into a little death wobble type thing. So that's getting pretty bad. Around the same time as I went to head towards the city, it popped up that it's time for an oil change, or really close to, so it could use that. I have not done any tune-up stuff to it as far as plugs or anything like that, so we may get into that. And she just needs maintenance, guys. Doing all of our towing for us, which you don't always see all of it. There's stuff behind the scenes too that I don't record just everything. But we got to take good care of her. And she is kind of like my family hauling vehicle. If I have like the whole family, we're usually in the truck together because it is the crew cab. And anyhow, we got to keep her road worthy. We can't be pushing it off going, oh yeah, we'll change the oil change because something may pop up. We got to hit the road and go. And then it's like, sorry, you can't. You ain't changed the oil in it. That ain't no good. Or maybe we get going, then we can't stop. And where we're going, we just blow right past it because we ain't got no damn good brakes no more. It's also Theodore's favorite one to ride in, and he rode it on the schedule, actually. His riding's terrible. He thinks that I don't notice that he's the one who rode it, but his handwriting's so bad, it's a dead giveaway every time. Every time. It's terrible. Here at Puddin's Fitness, we got to stay in shape where we can. There's not a more convenient way to move that trailer than that right there. That is awesome. Last week on the main channel, we started building the bed. So there's been a lot of grinding going on, and there's not a faster way to sweep the shop than this right here. Run, Theo! Yeah, I don't like the air. That right there should be GUD, good enough to spill some oil on. What's wrong? You didn't like that leaf blower? I'm sorry, buddy. He pops up like, ooh, we may be going for a ride. We're just coming back to the shop, pal. Here she is. Oh no, looking sloppy. What is going on here? How do we get a busted lug nut cap cover thingy bobber? And who's been peeing on my tire? Speaking of wheels and tires, oh, she's still got plenty of tread. Kind of been curious about that. Y'all can tell what we need to do. We need to take her to the car wash, for crying out loud. She only gets a bath about once a year, and it has been that year mark. Yes, load up so we can go to the shop because you're afraid I'm gonna leave you. Hey, stinky boy, I don't need you stinking it up in here, trying to put your scent on everything. Something else I've noticed is our ABS light's been coming on, and then it goes off, then it comes on some. That's very new. The last time y'all seen me mess with this, we were struggling to put a little double dent in here, a little touch screen, and then I showed you briefly when the proper adapter came in that I did get it in here, and it has been doing quite well for us, no problems. And that's been nice when I do go towing, sometimes being able to have the map up on there when I don't know where I'm actually headed and stuff like that. I also quite enjoy listening to some music, which I rarely get to do unless I am in one of my vehicles sometimes. So that's been nice too, being able to actually put on some music I want to hear instead of just doing the old click through the radio and hope for the best. Right now we're going to pull too far forward just so I can open the door. And then I used to have a cheapo little Harbor Freight scanner. I don't know if that scanner will tell us anything about the ABS or not. My knowledge on scanning stuff's pretty minimal. I do know an ABS module can go bad. I know on like the Yukon platforms, they're bad about like a ground burning up in them. But I think on those, once they're done, they're done. My ABS light on came on the other day, but then I drove for a little bit and it went away. So let's plug in the scan tool. Auto link in progress. Oh, snappy. We're linked up to the VPW. You know what that means. The vehicle performing, what? Vehicle performing, I don't know what that means. Skip. Oh, we got an O2, performance bank 2, sensor 2. All right, we have a check engine light. That has been there, but this vehicle, like a lot of them on this kind of platform, always has a fuel vapor issue, whether it tells you it's the cap, the canister, the evap valve. Something's always not happy on the evap systems on these. And so that check engine light has been on, but it's always just been that. Shut the engine off, turn the key on, erase, link back up to the vehicle performance. What one thing? Oh, she ain't linking this time. She's only 23% and froze 100%. Skip. No powertrain. So I erased that one, but I mean, I'm sure it's probably going to come back. And of course, it tells us absolutely nothing about the ABS. Well, I fired her back up and it didn't come right back, which I guess is a okay sign. Oh, I didn't start it up. Get her where we can get her on the left. Back it up now, y'all. One hop this time. Theo 1 pet. Theo 2 pets. Freeze. Theodore takes a nap. Clap, 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 clap. Ha! Ah. We got on here for damn oh, big bazooka. Double in, double out muffler to the twice pipes out the side. Hey, Ma, rack the pipes. Woo! Now, it is just a regular old maintenance day. And if you're like, oh man, that ain't my favorite. Me neither, if I'm being honest. Doing regular old maintenance work, it's about my least favorite. I'd much rather be brainstorming at something or just having fun with something. But it is a necessity, like I said. And nothing's guaranteed in life, guys. We know that a simple oil change and a brake job could go pretty wrong, just depending on what you get into. Well, I'm not a fan of putting this big stuff on the lift, but she's good. But I need something close to guaranteed that we could get done in a day. Some of y'all probably know, paying attention over the years, that my middle daughter plays volleyball, and tonight is her first game of the season for the school ball, and she's a senior. So it's the last one for me, which is pretty sad. It's crazy how fast time goes by like that, guys. She's gonna be a senior. That's just stinking crazy. Don't make no sense. Don't know where all that time went. Just kind of giving everything a quick glance over underneath here while we do have her up on the lift. So far, nothing concerning. Now, Hot Rod's going into 6th grade, which is considered middle school, and her volleyball career is starting. She played competitive last year, and she's played with KK a lot. So as one gets ready to graduate this year, the other one starts hers, and yeah, it's crazy. So anyways, I'm gonna make everything this year, and that's something we got to make later today. Got an hour drive to the game, so I need to be wrapped up by like 4 o'clock. Got a little leak going on here. That's out of our front axle tube. It looks like this flange is almost pressed in there, and it could be leaking out of that. Not quite sure. We have to do a little investigation in the situation on that one. I'm gonna very precisely rip us a piece of our poster board there. These drain plugs like to shoot just directly on your exhaust there. Of course, that's always nice to oil soak your exhaust so when you start her up, she smokes like crazy. So nothing a little scrap paper and a piece of blue tape can't fix. A little karate chop. And we're draining. Oh yeah, she was ready. A little dark. That drains. Y'all know me. I like a very professional set of oil wrench pliers. It's easier to get up in there and grab it like that. I always get oil on my hands just then, like even pulling the drain plug. So then trying to grab that and spin it by hand just don't work very well with me. Me doing an oil change is like Carl's Jr. saying, if it don't get all over the place, it don't belong in your face or something like that. You got your oil changed and by the time you're done, it ain't all lubed. Well, you went and seen the wrong dude. That's what I say. See, we're starting with a pretty solid mess here, and that was the goal. Always is. Damn. Hey, speaking of oil changes, there's a guy that, like one of those Instagram reels that got suggested to me, and he had some little, like, minivan, little box truck thingy, one of those new ones, and it's all set up just for doing oil changes, and this guy goes and does oil changes on all these different vehicles and does not spill a drop. It's incredible. I don't know how he does it. I've spilt more right here already than he's spilt in the whole last 7 years of his life. See, but I want that to soak into my concrete so it protects the concrete from corrosion. So really it just depends on what goals you have in mind as you do oil changes and maybe accidentally make a mess, We'll let that finish draining down. Now, speaking of the Instagram, if y'all have a Facebook, go find the Puddin's Fab Shop Facebook page. Give it a follow on there. There's some scammer ones. Mine has the official blue check mark to help you find it. And guys, I post on there where you got an idea of what's coming. But here lately I've been adding the stories of a lot of random stuff so you can get on there and click through. And sometimes I post some of what I got going through the day. Sometimes I like to kind of photo dump some of the old stuff I've had in my phone for years, where you can see some of these old projects when we first got them and stuff like that. So if you're an active Facebook user, you might as well be following. So go give her a follow. We appreciate the support there. Another great way to support me and the girls. Oh, she's still a-flowing and a-going and a-having a real good time. Take her poster board off. She didn't soak through too bad, so that did us some good. Finished kind of looking through back this way. New process. They still use the MP into the newer years. Interesting. I don't know much about the four-wheel drive stuff, so y'all know I've been learning more here lately. Magnesium. Dang. Lightweight unit. That's pretty cool. I wouldn't have guessed those were made out of magnesium. Holy drive shaft. Why have I never looked at that? Damn 5-incher. What a hog. It's just a damned old hog, baby. There's that big old muffler I was telling you about. We got a little rust going on it. Give her another year or two, she'll be rusted out. Oh, by a year or two, I mean, let me tap on it a couple times. Flowmaster. Flowmaster that's been rubbing. What the hell over? Oh yeah, she's got into her. She's chewing her up. What? How have we cycled the suspension that much that we've got that into that? I don't know, but I don't like that. That ain't good. Those look pretty stinking fresh too. Oh, and we got disc brakes on the rear, and those rotors do not look the best from what I'm seeing. Yeah, I can feel those. So she may need a brake job all the way around. Now, speaking of rusting out, oh yeah, this exhaust, who knows how long it's been on there though. Let's just pretend we didn't see all of that, okay? I'm sure that drive shaft's fine. We didn't see that, did we? Dang it, why do we have to see that? Why did we have to see that? Probably a good thing we did before that shoves over some more and that turns into a lathe going down the road and just cuts our aluminum drive shaft. I see I'm not the only one who don't get too excited about just regular old maintenance, huh? Drain plug back in. And I actually have not done a trip yet to get anything for this. However, I did purchase stuff for the 6.0 and old Roy, and we have not done that yet, so we can just consume that stuff. And of course, all that stuff they keep in stock anyhow, so it ain't really that big of a deal. But we got this new Wix fuel filter right here and some oil. And I even got some AC Delco spark plugs and some plug wires. So it probably ain't gonna hurt if we do that on her too, since we're getting into her. Who knows if this thing's ever even had a set. My favorite's when we fill these up like this, and then people are like, I don't know why you did that. That don't do nothing. Well, it don't hurt nothing filling it up either, does it? No, it does not. I don't know why you ate that cupcake. It don't help you, but you ate the damn thing, didn't you? Uh-huh. Well, this don't hurt nothing. You eat enough cupcakes and you'll hurt something. If you don't know, I'm talking to myself, because if y'all pay attention, y'all know I always got cupcakes. You're like, damn, he's calling someone out. Just that handsome devil right there. Part of our clean rag here. And clean our surface up there. Thread that sucker back on. Tighten her down by hand and clean up our mess a little bit. What mess? I'm just like that guy on the Instagrammer. I didn't spill a damn drop. Not nowhere. All right. Looking good. You here for the spill-free oil changes?
No, that's not here.
We're running a special today. We'll pop over to the merch side and help Nate Dogg try to figure out. We're doing a big release. Maybe not the largest quantities, but a lot of designs, big as we've done in a while, and trying to figure out how to lay them out on the shelf and stuff where we can be efficient. So when this thing's up in the air, I'm looking at this muffler situation, and it does look like everything's in a factory hanger. Now that does look shifted that away. And I was thinking maybe we could just put a hanger on it and pull it that away. I don't think it needs much clearance, just a little. But look what I discovered over here by the old tailpipes and what may actually be causing this. And now with weight on it, I don't know how it's sitting, so we're probably gonna have to sit it down. But right now, our helper spring, or our overload, I mean, is hitting our tailpipe. So let's get some weight off this thing and see what happens. All right, a lot more clearance there now. That's why we need to drop her down. Also, it'll let us get over here and see. They don't even look close. I really got to shove that thing over there. So we've just been having to like get it bouncing going down the road like that, I guess. She does the wibble wobble easy. So the good news is, as long as we put a hanger on there, maybe pulling kind of that away or something to stabilize it, I do think we'll fix our issue. It won't fix our issue of me dumping all the water out of that, as I was just shaking that all over my side. But y'all ain't got the custom water tips on your old hot rod? Well, I had something there. What I also want to do when I got this down on the ground now, because I'm pretty bad about, I've certainly never started a vehicle because I got distracted and forgot to put the oil in it after oil change. I mean, that's may happen like once or twice in my life. That's for real too. I have done that before. Start something, it's like cha-ching, ching, ching, ching. I'm like, oh crap. Do not do that. Not good for engines. They certainly run better with oil in them. She just needs some damned old 5W30. I think the old girl finally has, what's she at? About 133,000 on her or something. She's getting up there. She was a low mile unit when we bought her. She had right at like 121. I can't believe I've put that many miles on it in the last couple of years, because I really don't drive a ton, but this one does seem to get the majority of it. Well, I should say she gets the majority of the long distance trips for my driving. And again, that goes back to, usually if I'm going long distance, for me, for a purpose, a trailer's usually involved, or hauling something heavy or getting a drivetrain or something. We've got a few trips to Texas and back, Kenner. All right, Shaky, get her together. Now, When we get old flatbed Freddy, old wheel hop Wilma back here finished up with her flatbed and her being towing capable, I get that cab sealed up good. We get that ice cold AC blowing in there, blowing in and going. Oh, baby. We'll be doing some road tripping, doing our towing with that unit instead. I'm very much looking forward to doing stuff like that. All right, we're gonna have to try to get a little bit of the weight off our rear axle being hanging full droop or whatever the way she is. We gotta get that spring off the tip where we can give her the little rockety, be able to pull her off to the side of here. Not a huge fan of doing stuff like this because we're picking up on the back of the truck one way. We don't need much though. Oh, except we do need more than that. Boy, look at the size of that horsefly. Whoo! About a sensei. He about got the smack of death and he sensed it, so he left. So I'm picking up on that, but I'm actually watching our pads up there to make sure we don't start to pick the truck up off the lift. I do see the spring compressing some. Oh yeah, we're wobbling now. All right, now I just gotta figure out where to add something to pull this over. It's much easier to shove it over back here just because of leverage. I don't care to be welding hangers up to our frame. I would like to do something that could bolt on and off if possible, as far as on the frame side mount. That being said, I don't really see anywhere good to be able to bolt something on. Oh, found a hole right there where that frame's boxed. Let's go have a little look-see in the exhaust cabinet, see if we ain't got us a little hanger. Shoot, we ain't even got to make it down there to where the exhaust stuff is. There's one right there in the scrap cabinet. All right, so maybe we bolt up there. And I think it'll be better if we kick across the top. We'll get more angle. Get her in place. Yep. Pretty stinking tight. I mean, not that it matters, but I mean, we could pert near just pull it over, then weld that hanger to that hanger. Let me see if I can get snaked up in here. Snaked up, snucked. Not hardly. She'll weld. Don't be like me, folks. You should disconnect your battery when you go to weld. I was hoping to be able to shove that over and tack it. I can't really tell how much I'm able to shove it. I'm gonna take a big old honking zip tie here and go around that to this. All right, pull that over and lock her with the zip tie. Now I ain't gotta worry about trying to stabilize that and weld it. You see that flex mid-weld? Damn right. Yeah. Extra be gone. Cut our zip tie. And that right there should have us fixed up. I bet we don't have a rub and drive shaft no more. Let's get into a little brake investigation. Check the tread on these. I ain't ever rotated them, so it probably wouldn't hurt to rotate our tires. Yeah, I can definitely feel a high spot. And that looks like stress cracks in there, guys. Can y'all see them? Oh yeah, it's definitely stress cracked. I told y'all it wasn't feeling very good. See that? It's just a matter of time, and not much more time before that chunk right there just full comes apart. All right, I'm not one to do a rotor on one side and not the other. That one needs replaced. What I felt on that rear one, it felt like it needed replaced. So as of right now, it looks like we're just doing all four, everything. Just got off the phone with the parts house. They should have all this stuff in stock. He said they sold their full set of stuff just this last weekend. Today's Monday. So they are having to run to the next town over to get our front stuff for us. But that's a nice thing of doing a business account with them. They'll do stuff like that for you if you spend enough money with them. So I think I mentioned these have been feeling a little suspicious for a while. I'm so used to having Steelies it don't even cross my mind to look through the hole on the wheel, because I just looked through this one and yeah, she's got the cracks too. Yeah, don't look too good. Big old thick rotor. I don't know how thick one of these is supposed to stay for being, you know, 3/4 ton pickup. It don't look like it's worn down very thin. It's just not good. Theo, those are your first cracked rotors you've seen since being here, pal. You should be more excited. Hopefully this ain't like the quick brake job we just did on Mom's Trailblazer, where I was breaking pins and everything else. Little pip pop, pop them loose. Oh, then tighten them back up. Then you want to actually loosen them off. See, most people don't know that actually helps you break the stuff off the thread so it backs out better. I meant to do that. One lubed up pin come out of there. This poor thing's falling apart so bad it wobbles more than our exhaust does. You gotta hold that sucker just right for it to even work anymore. Get that baby pushed up off there. Little surface rust on our pad here. I think that's what we were fighting. Sliding off past that rust buildup. Now paddle wise, I mean, there's still some life in that sucker. This one's worn out way more than the back side. I mean, really, it don't matter. We're doing them. Like I said, we get in there, I just tend to do it all. Looky there. That pad's cracked across there like a chunk of that. Well, a chunk did come out there at the end. I can't think of a time that holy cow, look at that. Crack, crack, crack. I can't think of a time where I've had to like brake really hard in this thing. So I don't know if it was already like that when I bought the truck. I could always feel just a little in there. So I'm assuming it was. And just me driving it the last couple of years it's been is, you know, obviously not helping it. I mean, I use it as my tow pig and we drive it, but I'm pretty old man in it for the most part. It's time to tow. Slow down, Theodore. We're not going above 35. We've got the trailer on. That's not true. Yeah, we'll drive the thing. I just don't know of any hard braking situations I've been in where I've really just had to lay into it. Yeah. That's coming loose really easy. Yeah. Let's get cheater pipe. That's not a good sign. Thought that caliper was gonna fall on me, scared me. Hey, that worked. Just kind of on the bracket side where it threads into. Gave her some love taps, pained on it. Try to shake that stuff up in there. Shock whatever rust had it or whatever. Whatever I did worked, okay? Because I didn't even have to full give that thing the sauce like I was about to give it. I was about to put the ketchup on her. There we go. All right. That's the action we like to see. I love how that was that tight, and then you finally get a turn or two on it, and now just coming out by hand. Maybe they were just torqued that much. Instead of whoa black Betty, we got whoa cracked Betty, bam balam. I realize that up there I'm a dummy. Of course, some of y'all's commented that by now. I now realize that right here, this spins. For some reason, I thought that was pressed into that. And I don't know why. I did not realize it's part of the CV axle. So that means there's a seal up in there, and that seal's definitely what's leaking. I can promise you we're not going to have time to get to that today. Of or ever. No, I'm just playing. We may investigate it. If it's just on the CV axle, but we've got to take that side out of there, and I'm sure it's retained in a way that ain't fun. I don't know. Yep. All right. Rinse and repeat on this side. Nothing special. Oh. Try to tighten those ones up too. Didn't learn my lesson on the other side, did I? I'm always bass backwards. Pull our pin, and find some even more cracked pads over on this side. Woo! This side's nice and barely torqued as well. Hey, bocce! Oh, that was the loosest one, or maybe I exalted so much power from my hibachi yell. If you ain't tried to loosen something and done the hibachi war cry, try it. It helps by at least 15%. All right, we are stripped down. Let's clean up our pins. And for these, we'll just give a wipe down on what was in there. And we're gonna lube them up with some fresh stuff. She is our tow pig, so we're gonna go with the best stuff I got, the silicone-based stuff by the Permatex. And just put a shot of the Hooky Puck on her. All right, they may not have our front stuff, but I believe they had our rear stuff in stock, and it sounded like the parts house just pulled up. Hey, you be nice. Uh-oh, security's on them. Put some of that, slick them up on our other pins. Where is my brake tool? There she is. We're gonna get our brake tool set here. That right there is what we're after. Theo allowed Mickey to come in the shop. Didn't bite him or nothing. Being the dual piston deluxes, I've got to run that down one side then the other. All right, we are ready for new parts on the front. Let's hop and look at the back. Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't want a reverse hi-ya kick from me. Stretch something in that hip that ain't been stretched in a decade or two. Oh yeah, there we went. We're brand new again. Oh yeah. Old truck ain't the only thing getting overhauled today. These things are more ribbed than cooling fins on valve covers on a damn small block Chevrolet. It's actually an upgraded stopping feature most folks don't know about. Yeah, those ribs, that's to help dissipate the heat. Boy guys, these rear rotors are terrible, terrible, terrible shape. We could put them on a record player and it would play some damn Beethoven for us. I see some lines on this one, but they don't quite look like cracks, but I'm not sure what's got them marked like that. Either way, don't much matter, does it? It's safe to say we're doing this thing some good by giving her a brake job today. Well, there is a little more surface rust on some of the stuff underneath here than I realized. A little corrosion on our brake lines and stuff. Kind of turd did I buy, huh? Oh, why? Why are those on there? Who thought that was a good idea, huh? So the story I got on this truck when I bought it from some local folks who I'm actually buddies with. And that's how I knew of it. It wasn't really put on the market. 120K, 121K basically when I bought it. Had been very well taken care of from what I could tell. And is just what I wanted. Crew cab, 3/4 ton, 4-wheel drive. They said, I can't remember where it was originally from. A lady bought it. I thought for some reason Texas is in my brain. Maybe that's where she moved to. She took it somewhere up north and used it to haul an enclosed trailer from up north down to here, moving to Texas or something like that. But I don't think the truck ever really truly resided up north. And I've seen y'all's up north vehicles. If this thing truly resided up north, the whole bottom's supposed to be gone by now. Of course, it's a 06. Y'all have damn 2024s with the rockers missing. Don't sound like no fun to me. And then y'all's like, yeah, enjoy that heat. Yeah, I look like I'm struggling. August, our hottest month, and I'm just sitting here rolling sweat, ain't I? I'll take our heat over the bottom of my car missing in 2 years. Now, I have been up north during the summertime, and it's quite refreshing compared to down here. But I'm not a snow person. Damn sure not a rust my brand new car person either. On the flip side, I would love to have the tow roll up and some stuff like that, and we just drive around and wreck it into snow banks and stuff like that. That part sounds fun. I know who designed this and put a leaf spring right in the damn way. Because I don't know how we're supposed to get anything in on that. That socket ain't gonna go, and that's the only style I have on that. Maybe we can get the bracket. The problem with pulling the bracket without the caliper removed is I've done that a couple times on stuff, and you tear up stuff. You can tear up the actual calipers and stuff if it don't come off easy. And then you're replacing calipers and bleeding brakes and having way more fun than what you really want to be having.
Oh, Rupert, give me my 18mm. Why, certainly, sir.
Yep, that's how I figured that was gonna go. I mean, the front ones fell right out of place, so I don't know why the rear ones wouldn't. Golly. We got her. She had the beanie weenies on her too. That one was tight. Well, I guess the good news is that did slide right off there. No fighting this. Remove the bracket. So weird. Pads, just plumb chewed up, but again, not thin by any means. I was wondering if someone didn't just at some point throw a set of pads on this sucker, but not address the rotors, maybe. I mean, those things are chewed up. We got cracks going into that one too. This one not so much, but same thing. That's just so textured. If Bill was here, he could ride his dirt bike on them sand dunes, you know what I mean? All right, little repeat process basically here. We'll go ahead and clean the pins. Give her some of that peach good. Drop us a pad in, and we got pressure. Pressure with some pressure. Pistons are shoved and she's ready for a little more love. Now, y'all probably didn't know this. One of the main reasons I want to build the Lodestar was it comes with mobile workbench, one on each side. It's a very nice feature. Actually standard on all Lodestars. International is ahead of their time. What can I say? All right. We got some new stuff here, folks. Well, that's weird. That one's not all ribbed or cracked. Send it back. Good thing we just emptied out the scrap, huh? Get her emptied out where we can start to... Hey, golly. Well, I focus on what I'm doing and quit talking, huh? So get her emptied out where we can fill her back up. It's very hard to put a rotor on here when the old one's still there. Apparently for this one to come off, she's gonna require a little motivational assist. I am checking our front flange, making sure there ain't no retaining clips or screws, and I don't see any. Oh, shield on that side. Better not. I think they're hub centric, and we probably just had a little crust and rust in between the lip in there. This one's guaranteed to go on easier now. Want to bet? 20 bucks. All right, I was right. Everyone, cash at me $20. I'll be waiting. Now that's good. Put those on to hold that nice and straight, and there ain't enough threads for it to actually hit. It's making all the rookie mistakes. Dang! Speaking of rookie mistakes, but we talk about some quality paint. We got paint all the way up here on this damn rotor surface. What the hell? I mean, I know it'll burn off, but that's not good. Jeez Louise, can't get anything good from anywhere anymore. Everything's just a letdown. Gotta get some big old hog molly of some washers. And then you crank them down. Hey, Ma, Puddin's out there cranking his hog washer. Never mind. Do not crank down your hog washers. Tighten them down, that'll work. That makes her nice and secure, also nice and straight. Open up our pads. I'm kind of disappointed they don't have a bunch of overspray on them to match our rotors. But they did come with new slides. Pop that old one off. Wipe. You always want to wipe good, guys. You don't want to wipe bad. You wipe bad, you'll know it usually the rest of the day. There we go. Pop our new one on. These pads are thicker than I thought they were gonna be. So these had actually wore down more than I'd realized. All right, I'm gonna try to do this reverse of what we did it with, having to put the caliper on this side, and then we'll try to go bracket on. If you want to lose your yellow tool, be sure to set it on the yellow arm of your lift. I like to do that every once in a while, just that way I waste, 3-4 minutes looking for something. Hell, sometimes I get wild and takes me a half hour. I wish I was joking. One pin started, 2 pins started. What a pain in the butt way to have to do this. I'm not even convinced it's gonna work. Now we gotta get these pads full spread out and enough to be able to slide over a rotor, obviously. Oh, there we went. She popped. I've successfully spun that enough times to make the brake line a pretzel. So we gotta do a rewind. Come on. Oh yeah, she's sliding on the rotor. We're good, baby. Bottom one started. We like that. All right, she's all tightened up, good to go. Other than where I lubed her up, I was just trying to do that, hoping it would help that new pad slide on this paint though, Paint dripped right there too. They were spraying her too wet that day, or too heavy, one of the two. I did do this swap-rooey front to back, little switch up. And I already knocked out the driver's side. No surprises over there. Everything went about the same. After I got the rear done, I popped inside for a little tamale lunch. That's right. Went to a little pop-up local farmer's market this last weekend. And there's some folks there selling tamales. They're like, oh, sorry, we're sold out unless you like spicy. Like spicy. And I was like, ooh, I'll take some. So I tore up some of them and come back out and found our front rotors had also been delivered. Y'all seen those come apart? You seen the rears go back together? I'm just zooming through it. It's the same crap. Zoom, zoom, and a boom, boom. Just playing a boom, boom's what happens once those tamales kick in. Apparently it's gonna be a spicy boom, boom. All right, now the missing lug nuts, those bother me. Got some for S10. Just popped one out of this cap. It's got one, but she don't look very good. Maybe a little brake can restore, huh? That cleaned her, but then she started right back up. I've seen people restore plastic with heat. I've never had no luck. The new torch is already messed up on us and don't work. Kind of working. I mean, it's melting the edges way too much. I need to be able to turn that heat down, and I can't, but that definitely darkened her back up. Oh, don't melt it. It does so appear we're right in a very fine line between blowing up around here, apparently. Okay, well, apparently something in this torch has gone wrong where it lets all the stuff bleed out, which is why this one would be empty and I was unaware. So throw that thing in the trash before it blows us up around here, huh? She may be well done, but at least she ain't chalky white anymore. Yeah! Thank you. Ooh, she is a little toasty. And apparently it don't grab nothing, but we'll see how long she lasts. Coming down. That's all of our in-air maintenance. It's gotta stop better. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. In fact, I was kind of on the fence if I was gonna do this today or get into some other stuff. And after seeing those rotors, I'm really happy we got in there. I ain't never seen any stress crack like that, and I can just picture it blowing apart and then either coming to a sudden stop or not stopping. Then the damn truck be jerking and a wheel hopping. If stuff was on the trailer behind you and no stopping and then it comes over flopping, it could have been a bad, bad deal. That plug wire don't look super duper old. She is a premium 7mm high temp unit. Those aren't overly torqued, that's nice. Especially since I'm doing the Sketcher tippy-toe. Gotta stay up on them tippies and I'll get her. All right, we'll pull a plug, see what's in here for plugs. And obviously, see it kind of condition our plugs in. Shoot, those don't look bad. So damn AC Telco 41962s. Let's see what I got. 41962s. I thought we were going to go through and do all these, but that, I don't see a reason to replace that. Plug wire being in good shape as well. It ain't been terribly long ago that someone had done the plugs and plug wires on this sucker. She runs good. She don't run like she had anything bad, you know. It's just these LS motors, damn, are they forgiving when it comes to stuff like that. I don't know if you've seen when we did the oil change on Dad's Tahoe, but I told him, I'm changing your plugs and plug wires. He had that thing for like 15 years, and he goes, well, I've never done it. And I said, well, I'm changing them. We pulled out the original plugs out of that thing, 267,000 miles. Never ran in limp mode or nothing. If you remember back on the second channel a long, long time ago, my travel all kicked down into limp mode. We pulled those out of there. Half the electrodes were chewed off, totally missing. I mean, it took that much to happen for it to actually finally cause an issue. Crazy. But what I will say is, even though these are extremely forgiving, if you do have one or two that are bad, when you replace them and you get good stuff in there, these things become super duper happy. So if you're gonna be driving it all the time, you'd rather it be super duper happy instead of just happy. Either way, I can guarantee you our ignition was in way better shape than what them brakes were. Oh yeah, she's back up full. Well, since we're gonna save a little time there, I've never looked at the air filter in her. Let's go ahead and pull this. Get your hook out, not for this. For this! This holder holds this stuff so good I can't even get the tools out by hand. What we got here? T15? Too small. She's a T20. Confirmed. Ooh, wobbling more than my rotors were. Ooh. One's way down there in South Louisiana. So that's why this long reach comes in handy. Yeah, that don't look the greatest, you know. I don't remember smoking a chicken, but the feathers in there say otherwise. Down along there's pretty packed. Up along there, I'd say she could use a new filter. It kind of looks like one of them reusable ones, but we'll just replace her. Look at all the trash in there. We'll get that out. More importantly, this was flopping around in there. Look at the performance upgrade somebody gave her. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Sure we picked up a horsepower or two with that sweet little trick. Bubba Ray got a drill bit out. I'll make her a hot rod truck, Daddy. Let me go drill the air filter housing. And in the process, we will make sure to destroy the way that actually mounts, because that is very not important compared to the 2 horsepower we're going to gain with our secret hidden intake box that nobody... That's the equivalent of flipping the lid, huh? On these new models. Hit her with the old lid flip. No. Got a hole saw out the bottom of the box, baby. We're trying to tow. I ain't playing no games. I won't be able to tow something so fast that it's gonna crack the rotors when you try to stop. Damn, Bubba Ray, you're gonna tow that fast? You're gonna do the cracked rotors? Oh yeah, I drilled the damn air lid, baby. I ain't playing no games. Because having this mount good is definitely not important. We'd rather it flop over here. And now, instead of that actually sucking true cold air through the fender and from up here like it's supposed to, it can suck hot engine air and decrease performance. Exactly what they were aiming to accomplish, I believe. We are going to swap that out. I just don't have one, so we'll have to get one. But I'd like to test drive on it some anyhow, get a feel for the brakes. And I'm curious to see if our check engine light comes right back. Guys, I'm getting old tight fit between there and there, and I snuck my way in here and pulled something in my leg. Key on. 1, 2, 3. What do you mean change engine oil? I just tried the oil life reset. There we go. Alright. You want to pump on your brakes. I just did that and didn't feel the greatest. I learned my lesson on doing that on my daughter's car. I didn't pump the brakes up after doing them. I went to pull out of here and went to hit the brakes for the first time. I did not have any, and I had to snake through all this stuff that's always out on the approach, and luckily I missed everything and had time to pump them up and get stopped. We got a pedal now though, folks. ABS light is still on. I didn't know if maybe even the level would somehow mess with that. Well, it make no sense, but hell, I don't know. I was thinking maybe once we did that brake, maybe the fluid was getting low in the master, and then we shoved all that back up in there. I know there's a little sensor of sort on there. I think she's gonna stop a little better than what she was. That's so strange. I'm not sure why. She feels a lot better. I mean, even coming like a slow stop like that, of course, I was always feeling it in the pedal. And now, it's so weird. I've been so used to it having a little push underneath my foot since I've got it, but it not having any just feels weird. I don't know what to do with good brakes, you know? What? Sue me. Our check engine light has not come back yet. ABS is still on. Obviously smooth as a whistle running, and the brakes, like I said, super smooth. And not having to get into all the plugs and plug wires, it's kind of nice. There went Billy Boy. Woo, skunk! God dang! Hear that, or Bill's been smoking that stinky stuff again. One of the two. God, that was a skunk. I seen it in the road. Man, right to the nostrils. Got me good. That hit me so hard I forgot what I was saying. Oh, we're done in a timely manner, actually. It's right at 2 o'clock right now. I've got to be in the house showering in 2 hours. So what I'm going to do is, of course, go get our filter. But I may zip this thing over to my buddy's shop. He's got one of them fancy scanners that'll tell him possibly. Well, his is going to tell him a lot more than mine will tell us. I can promise you that. There is a difference between a like $10,000 scanner and a $40 one. So let's just take her for a little test drive here. First stop, we're going to head to the parts house and get that air filter. I would not mind an air filter for my face right now after that skunk spray I just drove through. Kind of special deals we got going this month, huh? Oh, free installation of the wiper blade. What a deal. Actually, that is a good deal. Changing wiper blade sucks. Especially if it's raining. Come here and make them do it. Damn. I guess I just got lucky and somehow scooped the poop air from that skunk in here. Because I've been in there and just walked outside, opened this door, and got hit by a skunk again. Golly. That's that custom PFS air freshener scent right there. get the skunk spray. Let's leave them doors open. I was looking at the filter options and they have a Wix that's flame retardant, which is nice. So if you ever burn your truck to the ground, at least your air filter will be there waiting for you. Trash. All right, we're flowing some air now. She's gonna be a high torque sucker, okay? Put me 20,000 pounds behind her, especially now that I think I could stop maybe. I wasn't gonna turn the camera back on. The reason I did was our ABS light has once again gone away now. That ABS light is kind of like our buddy Bill. Just comes and goes as it pleases. Whoop, y'all's tagging along now. Stop by here, local shop, New Ideas. I have them do my trucker hats for me. I like the trucker hats they do. And we got a new shipment in. So just stop by to help put eyeballs on color match for the logo and stuff. Make sure I'm happy with some colors that are going on. And y'all know I'm pretty well just a trucker hat wearer. Foam front, mesh back. I don't wear anything else. And I picked out some camo hats and I just got to see them for the first time, and those babies are sweet. So I'm pretty excited about that now. So that'll get us some trucker hats coming, and then I've actually got an invoice I need to pay this evening with the folks who do the Richardson hats, and we've got some Richardson 110s, which are the flex fit, non-adjustable. Got some of those on order, some of the Richardson 112s on order, and that Hawaiian hat I teased y'all with, we're gonna have some of those on order as well. So we ain't done hats in a good minute, so just hold your horses, hats are coming. Well, my plan was to show y'all hooking the scanner up to it. Aaron did say that his scanner would tell us what the ABS was for and everything, but he let a buddy borrow it, and the buddy head on out to California. So he don't have a scanner right now. We got the hot rod picked up. Jeez Louise. She got enough smell good on them. Bring the skunk back. Bring the skunk back, everybody. All right, well, we made it back. That did not end up being as much as I thought it was gonna be. I thought between doing the plugs or then going over the errands, we were gonna get more content out of the deal. Obviously, that did not happen, but hot rod's picked up. It is now right at 4 o'clock. I gotta pop in the house and get showered up, be able to hit the road. Theo doggy. Pop in here real quick, get eyes on stuff. Oh yeah, we're loaded up, ready for the Monday release. So thank y'all for all the support. Found some good stuff today. I asked Aaron if he's ever seen cracked rotors like that. Showed him a picture. He said that was a new one for him too. I think I told you that. Never mind, I'll hush up. I feel like I'm repeating. Thank y'all for all the support at the puttinsfabshop.com, making this dream of mine just possible. I cannot thank y'all enough for the support. And it just allows me, like today, be able to close down and make my daughter's volleyball game and not have to worry about trying to take off of work and stuff like that. I can work my schedule around my personal life and still get y'all content, and I cannot thank y'all enough for the support of making that possible. Theo says thank you too. He said he likes it a lot better here than when he lived on the streets and was homeless. Not too bad. Not too bad around here, is it, Theo doggy? Yeah. So we'll see y'all on the next one. I'm on the Instagram or on the Facebook, or like I told you earlier, be sure to check all that out and catch us on the Patreon. If this happens to be your first video somehow, we got a main channel where we usually get a lot more work done. Speaking of that, I'm very excited that we're Saturday closed out on a second channel where I can have the rest of the week to focus on that bed over there. Super excited to get the perimeter frame on it finished out, and I'm starting on it first thing in the morning. So much other than that, I guess that's it, other than the most important part of the whole video. Do not forget, sitting on your ass will not finish your project. We'll see y'all in the next one. Hot damn, there's so much BSery. We had to start a whole channel for all the extras. Be sure to go check out Puttin's Fab Shop if you ain't seen that baby yet. Come on!